Whew. um, where do I start? The Batman. Jeez, man. Um, I went into this movie not expecting anything because I remember when I went and watched Batman versus Superman and Justice League and being very let down. I was not enthusiastic about the casting of Robert Pattinson as the Batman. But man, the dude killed it. Oh my god. This movie was beautiful. This movie was amazing. I'm going to say this now. This is probably the best Batman movie ever made. And that's hard for me to say because I had such an epiphany with Batman 89, right? Batman 89 with Michael Keaton, in my opinion, was the greatest Batman movie ever made until now. The Batman was everything I wanted and more. I thought 3 hours was going to go by very slowly for a Batman movie, especially if they were going to do the Ben Affleck type of boring. For me, the Ben Affleck was a boring Batman. He was there for the paycheck. Sorry if you don't think so. Sorry if you disagree. That's my thoughts. But I thought this 3 hours. I'm telling you right now, this movie was a little under 3 hours. I could have sat there for 3 more hours and watched a whole nother movie into this one. The movie was great. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I will say this: if you do like the Batman aspect of Batman in a suit, this is Detective Batman. So I think he is only Bruce Wayne like 3 times in the movie, and it's only like maybe 5 minutes each time. So it's crazy. There are 2 parts in this movie that there was many parts. There are many parts that had me going wild in the movies. But there was a scene in particular with the Batmobile. Oh my god, this Batmobile is going to be badass. You only see it once in the movie, but if they do a sequel to this and Robert Pattinson does the sequel, that is going to be a badass Batmobile. You saw just a little bit of a clip of the scene in the trailer. The trailer does nothing. The trailer does nothing compared to the movie. There's also a scene. There's also a scene in it that I thought was very well done. Which the whole movie was very well done, but these scenes in particular were crazy. And like I said, we'll go more in depth on Wednesday when I do a movie spoiler breakdown. On Wednesday here on the channel. I'm gonna do it on the YouTube channel, and I'm gonna do it on the podcast. So I'm gonna put them up on both. So if you're listening everywhere, it's gonna be everywhere. But this next scene in particular that I love so much, there was this guy they were at a funeral, and this is one of the scenes with Bruce Wayne actually, not Batman. There's a scene where they're at a funeral and this car just comes crashing through the funeral site. It was crashing through the church, and the cops, they have him on there. They're like, put your hands up. And the guy comes out and has a bomb around his neck, and they're trying to figure out this mystery. Now, this is what was cool about it. This was not an action superhero movie. This was a a mystery thriller type of action movie. There was a lot of action in it for a Batman movie, but none that would, the fight scenes were great. The CGI was amazing. There were a couple once you start noticing CGI more and more, you do kind of realize this. You can tell when a lot of things are CGI'd versus when they're not. And there were a couple CGI moments between Batman and Catwoman. By the way, Zoe Kravitz, her performance in this was amazing. And let me tell you who, in my opinion, was the best in this movie besides Robert Pattinson. Colin Farrell kind of kicked it out of the park as well as Penguin. I didn't realize it was Colin Farrell. I didn't actually know that. I knew he was in the movie, but I didn't realize he was playing Penguin. I guess I knew and just slipped my mind. But the performance from Paul Dano as the Riddler, that was amazing. The movie is, you're trying to figure out, it's kind of, it reminds me of like a Netflix crime docuseries, or just a crime docuseries in general. It was great. The movie was phenomenal. You figure with 3 hours there would be a lot of unneeded monologue and conversations between the characters. There wasn't. It was paced perfectly. I saw people say that there was a lot of slow moments in the movie. Not for me. I loved every minute of it. There was a time where I thought the movie was going to end, and then the second part was going to pick up from where it left off. But no, it kept going, and I was like, oh man, okay, cool. This is great. So, the movie, you're trying to figure out who the Riddler is. As they do a play on the Zodiac killer. Riddler leaves all these at a crime scene, leaves all these notes that say to the Batman, stuff like that. And Batman is trying to figure out who this guy is and who his next victim is, so they can catch him before the next killing. This movie was perfect in every way. I was thinking, I didn't see it on Friday night because I was waiting for some reviews. Because if people say it wasn't worth it, then I probably won't go see it. But there was so many, oh my God, it's the best Batman, it's unbelievable, that I said, okay, I have to go watch it. Then I did. I could have went and watched the second showing right after. I loved it so much, and I'm gonna go again, either this week or this coming weekend. I saw Spider-Man a few times in the theaters because it was so well done. I'm gonna see the Batman in theaters also a few more times. Now I can actually watch it and not for the anticipation, because what's gonna happen. But I give the Batman 4.5 out of 5 stars. This movie was amazing. This is the best Batman movie ever made. I want to apologize to Robert Pattinson for when I heard Robert Pattinson was playing Batman. I said, the fuck is this shit? Robert Pattinson, a vampire, is playing Batman? Kind of like that scene in Ted where they go, and the new Superman is Jonah Hill. That was what this felt like. But I'd like to apologize to Robert Pattinson and the Robert Pattinson Pack fans. Brother, you threw it out of the park. It was amazing.